can handle
It's not really that important. It seems like it would be important, but okay. I trust you guys.
All right.
Still gonna go in here and get the loot. Ooh. It's on the other side. Get that on the way out. What happened to Cohh's red chair? Oh, it's at my other house. I need to bring it over here.
Can't make the demons wait.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Damn, son.
What a mess!
William Wall says, red chair! I know, right?
You are lacking.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Am I going to do a house tour or no? Sorry, it's a little invasive. I'm not doing a full house tour, but I'm definitely doing a studio tour as soon as my studio is complete. It should be mid to late November, if everything goes as planned. If you have any wood near you, I'd really appreciate it if you knock on it for me. Thank you.
Let's see what we can do.
The music here is really good.
Here we go.
Dodger is a Twitch ambassador? That's awesome. I can't really think of a better person, to be honest. She's kind of great. That's really cool. Good selection by Twitch. We can go this way? Can we go down here? No, there's a thing there. I don't know why Booker's so sad.
Oh?
I think it's because he sees Rowan and Lena outside. Save it.
I can handle it.
To battle, my friends.
Boom.
That's all you've got? My Catalento could do better.
Perfect. One sec. Let me go get Booker. Here with me, big guy. All right. He's a good boy. Boop. One day I'll be able to loot all those swords.
Can't make the demons wait.
One day. Damn, they really destroyed this place, didn't they? Wand of greater invisibility.
right.
Ooh. Greater quickened metamagic rod. That's cool.
Beautiful.
Pal? A familiar red-headed healer brushes some ash from his sleeve and shakes his head as he inspects a pile of charred demon corpses. They were too stubborn to retreat. Their determination could have helped them in life, but instead, it has only led their untimely death. I regret having to kill them. Who are you again? Pallas Celiax, a gold dragon. You heeded my advice and spared a young servant of Baphomet instead of killing him. We parted ways, but I promised we would meet again, and here I am. Oh. I had to say the spirit of a dragon is still strong within you. News of your heroic deeds have spread far and wide. People call you the hope of Mendev and the hero of the Crusades. Many of them refuse to believe you were dead. They clearly hold you in great esteem. What are you doing here? I debated for a long time whether or not to interfere with Dresden affairs. However, the words of the loyal warriors who remained behind to defend the fortress touched my heart. I was persuaded to get involved, and none too soon, it seems. What happened to the cultist? I heard he became a healer. I do not know if he still worships Baphomet, but even if he does, I'm certain he will bring more good into the world than evil. You should be proud of yourself. You chose to spare him. Thanks to your decision, the world was now as another caretaker of the afflicted. Come with me. You're not leading a large force against the demons, and that leads me to believe you do not want to attract attention. And a gold dragon entering the fray is something that attracts a good deal of attention, trust me. Furthermore, I wish to see for myself what you have achieved over the years. I want to observe how the dragon spirit manifests within you. Cool. Farewell, Commander. This will be a difficult fight, but if you look within yourself, you'll find that the spirit of the dragon cannot be defeated. If you feel the desire to follow Terendalev's example, come and meet me in Dresden after the battle, and if you do not, then this will be our last meeting. Ooh.
Let's see what we can do.
Hey, thanks, Critzy. I'll check that out in a little bit. I appreciate it.
You are my favorite aide.
Na er orma. 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 Ada swa her. Ada swa her. Ada swa her. Ada swa her. Eske akse. Yes. Eske akse. Yes.
My will is resolute.
Avronda gratio, irimosi gratis.
Aporone sentes. Aporone sentes.
I'm here all week.
Always be ready.
Anything new?
Check out the rest of the city first. I think we were pretty much corralled into going this way. There's really not much else we can do. Pretty much every other part of the city has like rubble and stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else to do. That's blocked off. That's blocked off. Oh wait, can we get around this side? No, it's blocked off there. That's blocked off. All of this is blocked off. Yeah, I think we're good. Missing stuff to your sides? I don't think so. All of this side is blocked off. Oh, maybe over here? We can go over here. We can get
How
the
can you
Valor.
save the last one for me?
Did my girl's buffs just wear off? What happened to her legendary proportion? What? Huh. That sucks.
Getting my ass kicked.
Jesus.
I got this.
Freaking Valors, man. Oh, that dude dispels? What a rude. He has a longsword +1. Jesus, man. Alright. No waste your dino bones. You're not going to get more than? Oh, no, I did. It wasn't legendary proportions. It was this one here, which is not. Yeah, it's not the legendary. What? Oh.
Can't make the demons wait.
Okay. Oh, this way? Oh, hi. Long months have passed, Commander, but even while you were away on the other plane, I could hear your brave heart beating. The sound never stopped for a second. Commander, you're a lively one, Grandpa Elf, always finding yourself in the most dangerous spots, but I'm glad to see you, although you'd be safer tucked up by a fire somewhere. How have things been for the past 6 months? We spent time serving the Queen to the best of our ability, but a week ago after she announced her decision to proceed with the crusade, many of us came to the conclusion that we could not go with her because we did not believe that you were truly dead. We humbly declined the honors offered to us and remained here to await your return. It was an easier decision for me than for others. I'd encountered you in the abyss and I knew you were alive, but not everyone believed me. Then yesterday I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages you had collected for me, and suddenly I saw the future. Not the future clamoring to be told by the pages in my hand, but your future. The future of the person who first brought that page to me. In my vision, you returned from the abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like snakes. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees, and Iomedae herself extended you a helping hand. The only thing you were concerned was with the whereabouts of the banner that Queen Galfrey had taken with her. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions, so I hurried to the Citadel to lay my hands on some of the Queen Galfrey's possessions and try to discern where she went and where your banner is now. My story simpler. Navia and I both agreed that we should stay here and wait for you. We're supposed to serve the Queen, but our hearts are here. Besides, you are still the commander of the crusade, and I have no right to abandon you, even if there's almost no hope left. Although I must admit that the storyteller's tale about his vision of your imminent return seemed quite vague. I followed him here to make sure he didn't accidentally hurt himself. I'm glad that he proved to be right and you really have returned. You know where the Queen went? The Queen is in mortal danger at the crossroads of her fate, and every step may prove fatal. Her Majesty decided to march for Is. Oh. I'll have to conduct a series of experiments involving you to establish how you react to various objects, to identify patterns in the amount of information you receive from them. You've already said that in exactly those words. You've conducted your experiments. You handed me some shards to hold. Once you brought me a huge club, and another time you gave me a live hedgehog. And then you said the experiment was a failure and immediately forgot all about it. Really? Well, if I decided to forget all about it, that means I didn't learn anything of interest. I won't remember this time either. So what were we talking about? You remind me of Is? A city that hangs over the abyss. Ooh. Nice, dude. Time for the final battle for Dresden. Wait, Dresden is no longer my headquarters? Oh, man. In the shatter fragments that form her fate, I can sense your presence, and I'm convinced the Queen can sense it too. No one can say what your next encounter will lead to, but there's one thing I know for certain. Queen Galfrey's fate and yours are tightly intertwined. Perhaps that is what made the Queen write this letter to you after I touched her goblet. Oh, I know where we are now. Are you even still alive? I don't know what to do, but I'm Queen and I must act accordingly. I don't know why I'm even writing this letter. You are unlikely to ever read it. Forgive me. Oh, man.
Let's see if I can sneak around.
Oh, damn. Oren Gofta. Here comes the commander, kids. So, Commander, would you like what you see? You've arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you, and look what happened to them. Do you actually think you can rescue them? What do you think? Who sent this army here, beast? You serve Master Baphomet. I'll rescue my friends. I'll rescue my friends! And how exactly will you do that, you pathetic Galarian maggot? Woohoo! Okay. You know what happens next in real life? I'll wipe your army out and you along with it, but I won't kill everyone. I'll lock you in a cage and start torturing your friends. Once I'm done with them, they will come and spit in your face. Oh, man. Let the darkness perish. Be gone from my world, demons. Oh, requires dragon mythic path. Interesting. Let me do this one. Power rushes through your body, almost ripping it apart. The wound in your chest bursts open in a spray of bloody droplets. The might bestowed upon you by the abyss and Arilu Vorlesh erupts into this world, and you pay for it in purest agony. Ooh. Oh, shit. Okay. What? What is this? An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It is broken by the solemn sound of fanfares that seem to come from far away, everywhere and nowhere at once. All eyes are turned to the huge stained glass window of the city's main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light, and the next breath, a lone figure steps out of the glass and onto the cobblestones of Dresden.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
Oh, what the? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Bend the knee.
Rise. I have not come here to receive homage. I suppose you are asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the world wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. I know how much light and hope you have brought to the Crusaders. Your achievements are indisputable. But during all that time, your followers believed that their leader was Heaven's chosen. This is a bitter lie, and goodness and justice cannot be based on lies.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose you, and that way it's not a lie no mo, and we can just get on going with doing what you're doing. Done. Boom. No? Okay.
The light that emanates from you is deceiving and dangerously bright. It burns your companions, and one day it will burn you too. But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Dresden. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Dascari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a hero who has triumphed over the demons many times.
Okay.
At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that is caught in a web of demonic deceit and villainy.
Maybe I did acquire my powers from a dubious source, but I follow my own path.
You may think so, but alas, this is not true. It can be, however, if you accept my help.
Suspect.
In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Elutionera, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
The walls of Dresden shake again, and with a ringing laugh, a black shadow appears before the shining goddess, Nocticula in the flesh. Standing beside her is Arilu Vorlesh, who stares at the goddess with ice-cold rage in her eyes.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you. The Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Galarian. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
I do one.
I cannot do that, alas. I will not subject Golarion to the war between deities, which will surely ensue if I personally intervene in mortal affairs. But if the demoness wishes to be present for our conversation, so much the better. Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the world wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomedae? Righteous wrath, or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
Silence.
Ooh.
It's impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon? Which has made so many victories possible, and only because he received that weapon from my profane hands. And the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have? Save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that he is bound to the world wound, that he is slowly dying because of its influence, and that he is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told him that closing the wound won't save him from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
Nanny?
Never said that, girl.
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Illusionera, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if it means closing the world wound?
Oh, how noble. For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely things. You see now, Inheritor? My little
This
protege
VA is so
has
good.
more nobility in him than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show him that he has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nahindrian crystals, and your servant Arilu has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now, to stop the armies of that lecherous billy-goat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
In other words, I'll die if I don't close the world wound, and I'll die if I do close it.
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
What if I want to be a plaything? Maybe on Nocticula's team next go around? I think so. Yeah.
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
What if I reject the power?
You will live.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
Can you help me cleanse my soul?
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads. Yes, the power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait. Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
With the flick of the witch's wrist, something changes in her, as if a veil has fallen, one so thin that it was almost invisible, but which has clouded your vision nonetheless. Now that you can see what was hidden before, a deep open wound above Arilu's heart. The wound pulsates as blood drips from it. I received my wound because of you, Arilu, implanted in the essence of the abyss in my soul when you expanded the world wound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be because you used your own soul as a key for when you first opened the world wound?
That's right. And this means that the world wound actually has two keys.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Arilu, my love, come over here.
Nope, see ya! Arilu does not look like someone who has been cornered. Without a trace of fear, she gives you a faint nod and then makes a barely discernible gesture with her hand and disappears as if you were never even here.
Wait, I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic
She was
stunt.
like, see ya! Pew!
But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift and secure your victory while being the person you were before Arilu Vorlesh corrupted you.
Oh.
Win as a mortal and become a legend among mortals.
Oh, is this the legend mythic path?
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
I'm gonna ask Iomedae some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your
Whoa!
answers.
You gain power from the Starstone. How's my power any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power, I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
You imprisoned entire hosts of angels inside the Wordstone. Why did you do that to them?
Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Did you send your herald to follow me to the Abyss, or did he go on his own free will?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.